Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. I'm gonna start with this. This has me the most pissed off, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Anyone else getting these ads about the Ripple class action lawsuit for people who bought XRP? If you purchased a digital asset, XRP, a class action lawsuit may affect your rights. And when you click the link, it takes you to this website right here. Now, number one, this lawsuit was frivolous from the day that it started. The guy who started this lost like $50. And you know, it was frivolous then, and it's still frivolous today. If you are complaining about the price of XRP right now, this could be your way out. Go sign up for this lawsuit. Maybe you'll end up with 50 or $100 at some point in the future. But I think if you get involved with this class action lawsuit, you should waive all your rights to holding XRP in the future. This way you could sit on the sidelines, watch XRP take off and leave you behind. And I want to remind you of something. If you sign up for this lawsuit, you are giving away your personal information. They will know you bought XRP. They will know if you're holding XRP as well. And you got to remind yourself, we are at a time in crypto when Elizabeth Warren wants to know exactly how much crypto we are all holding. And the Ethereum Maxi lawyer that's in charge of this case tried to get that information already. And thanks to Kraken, they did not succeed. So I would tread lightly in signing up for this lawsuit. Also, this goes against everything crypto for me. When I came into crypto, it was the wild west. I threw a couple bucks in, hoping to get rich. If it didn't work out, oh well. I moved on, got smarter, invested in better cryptocurrencies. Now all of a sudden you lose money in crypto. Oh, I hope somebody files a class action lawsuit so I could get a couple dollars back. You know who makes all the money in a class action lawsuit? The lawyers. And you got to remind yourself of that as well. You might get a $50 cash out, but you also gave up all your information and they know you hold XRP. Remind yourself of what XRP is. Remind yourself they already want you out of XRP as well. Crypto billionaire from Ripple Labs lists Miami mansion for $18.5 million. Almost as if they know a reckoning is coming for real estate. Apple execs selling properties. Almost if they know a reckoning is coming for real estate. Like I said, I think it's going to start with commercial real estate first. It's going to domino into residential real estate. And that bubble is about to pop, in my opinion. These execs know exactly what's coming. SEC Gov bracing for major exodus among senior enforcement lawyers in its crypto assets and cyber unit, according to officials at major law firms who have seen several of the resumes. Fox Business is withholding names to protect privacy. The move suggests that the bleed of senior staff under Gary Gensler's controversial leadership of the agency isn't letting up. You know, the SEC is a sinking ship, and these lawyers are jumping ship right now. And I just talked about how is Gary going to get a job once he leaves the SEC. You got to remind yourself there's 75,000 XRP holders. Maybe the guy who's interviewing Gary for his next job is an XRP holder. I'm sure that will go over well, knowing how much Gary wants to crush crypto. MiCA regulations specifically for stablecoins. Countdown to June 2024. Now, a lot of people are saying this could push the price of XRP. This global ripple effect would foster a more stable and predictable market environment, encouraging institutional investment and facilitating cross-border operations with a clear regulatory framework. So rules apply for stablecoins starting in June of this year. And I think soon after, we're going to get crypto regulations in the United States as well. I think we'll see crypto regulations before the next election. That's why I said 2024 could be a very big year. If 2020 taught us anything, it's that anything is possible during an election year. I do not lean towards the idea that they will keep the stock market pumped until the election, which is good for crypto. I think this year is going to be great for crypto. I think we're going to see crypto talked about between these politicians, and that will lead to mainstream media coverage of crypto as well. Like I said, right now we're in the calm before the storm. Remember this, I talked about this a couple days ago. Ripple XRP Payments USA announcement. A former Google, Amazon, and Ripple associate drops a cryptic bombshell announcement. Big news coming for Ripple and XRP in the next couple of days. Money transmitter license or license issued by the state. This license allows you to legally transmit money or monetary instruments, such as checks, drafts, and wire transfers. And guess what? No announcement has happened yet. These people always put hype around XRP. Stay grounded in what you know. Know what you hold and don't fall for the hype. Anytime somebody puts an announcement out there and puts a date on it, usually that date comes and goes with nothing happening. And I think we're about to see the same thing happen here. However, I think those money transmitter license, they're a very big deal going forward. I look at those as rails that XRP is going to run on. Ripple partners with the New Zealand Federal Reserve for the creation of a CBDC on the XRP ledger. Like I said, rail after rail is being put in place right now. Eventually, XRP is going to run on those rails. And they're choosing to work with Ripple because they have the best, there's no alternative. They have the best tech out there when it comes to CBDCs as well. February 6, 2024. Wow. Standard Chartered Ventures. We were one of the very first investors in Ripple in 2015 and 2016. Look at what they have to say now.
As a group, that digital assets are here to stay. We were one of the very first investors in Ripple in 2015, 2016. We were one of the very first banks to experiment with blockchain. And that conviction with us has stayed from there, that digital assets will become a very significant asset class of the future. And with that in mind, what we also recognize is that if it has to become a significant asset class of the future, institutional adoption has to happen. And for institutional adoption to happen, you have to build regulatory, compliant, and robust infrastructures.
Like he said, we need to have regulations put in place for institutional adoption to happen. And I think that's why when SMICA goes live, that's going to be the beginning. Once the US puts regulations in place, that's going to be the beginning. That's when we're going to see all the money come pouring into crypto. And it's going to happen very fast when it happens. Like I said, the IMF is always bullish for Ripple. Watch how confident Brad is in this video that the IMF is going to be holding XRP.
You want to take one? Go for it. The first one's for you. IMF. Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? I did not put that up there.
Remember, I'm from the legal department. I'm supposed to be very conservative about these things. I don't want to go into great details about
Maybe I should take what the IMF is going to do.
You know, that was all the way back in 2018. And even back then, the IMF knew what XRP was capable of. And look at how far we have come since then. You know, we've seen the IMF out there working with other countries all the time. Brad and Ripple out there putting the rails in place all the time. Everything is coming together perfectly. Then there's this New York attorney claims Gemini and Genesis duped investors and they're seeking $3 billion in damages. Now, a lot of people are saying this is going to be another major black swan in crypto. I think they're going to end up paying the money and we're going to move forward. This is going to turn out to be nothing big. New York Attorney General sues Gemini, Genesis, DCG for $3 billion for allegedly misleading investors in Gemini Earn program. This lawsuit alleges that Gemini assured investors their funds were secure, but they were actually risky loans tied to SBF's hedge fund. You know, like I always tell you, get your crypto off the exchanges. Keep your crypto safe. And that's what you have to do, especially now when crypto is finally starting to turn around. Wake up, America. Janet Yellen just requested to use federal funding, aka your tax dollars, to build the Chinese economy while Americans are suffering. Take a listen to this.
Why do we want to, is there a national purpose in encouraging Americans to invest in Chinese equities that you're aware of? Because I'm not.
Well, I mean, in general, I think the view has been that both inward and outward investment are economically beneficial. There's certainly
I'll want to move on.
You know, Janet Yellen only cares about filling her own pockets. She doesn't care about spending all our tax dollars either along the way. And at this point, I think somebody else should take over at the Treasury. You pay taxes on money you make, then taxes on money you spend, and more taxes on things you own that you already paid taxes on with already taxed money. You spend it, you pay sales tax, earn it, income tax. You die, you pay inheritance tax. You give it away, you pay gift tax. You live in it, you pay property tax. You invest it, you pay capital gains tax. You own a business, you pay income tax. Taxes are your biggest expense in your life. Strategic tax planning is a must. Pay your legal share and never a dollar more. You know, we got shackled to the US dollar when we were born in the United States. Other countries now realize that the US dollar is also their shackles, and they're breaking away from it. That's exactly what's going on with the BRICS. US allies are downsizing the dollar in central banks. BRICS and a handful of developing countries are reducing the US dollar intake in their respective central banks' reserves. The US prints trillions of USD currency and disperses them around the world, importing its inflation to other countries. Developing nations and BRICS countries bear the risk of debt and fund the U.S. deficit by keeping the dollars in their reserves. If other nations stop hoarding the dollar, the currency will return to America, leading to a deficit in the homeland. Like I said, they're breaking the shackles away from the U.S. dollar. And people still don't realize why this is happening. You talk to the normies outside of crypto, and you try to explain to them how the BRICS is coming for the US dollar, and they're still not getting it. But when it was just 5 countries, it wasn't a very big deal. But now it's country after country joining the BRICS. Eventually, the US dollar is going to plummet. And thank God you are an XRP holder, because once that happens, XRP is going to skyrocket in price. I always said the US dollar plummeting down could lead to a blow off top for Bitcoin as well. And I think that could also start to happen at a much bigger scale in 2024 as well. Like I said, this is going to be one of the craziest years as a crypto holder, because we're going to see so much happen along the way. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.